Minecraft's bridging mechanics have developed and changed in unbelievable ways over the years, but so has the game itself, and as a result, bridging has become very different. However, in recent updates, these changes have affected bridging very negatively, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you exactly why that is. If you do end up enjoying the video, please do consider subscribing as we're nearly at 15k, which is honestly insane, but with that being said, let's get into it. First things first, we have to understand exactly how Minecraft bridging works in 1.8.9, as this is the most popular version for several different Minecraft mechanics, including bridging. The mechanic of Minecraft bridging was popularized in Bed Wars, and as Bed Wars is mostly played on 1.8 Minecraft, this is where the most bridging takes place. And in order to understand the changes that have been made over the years, we first need to understand how these bridging mechanics worked back in 1.8. There's so many different bridging methods to go over in 1.8, but the ones that put the changes into the best picture are godbridging and telly bridging. Godbridge works by going 8 blocks outwards and 1 block up, and then repeating this over and over again, and in 1.8 it's very easy because while holding shift you're able to line your crosshair up almost at the top of the block, unshift, and then go with your godbridge. Godbridging has very few changes made in newer versions, and the biggest difference is that when you're holding shift to line up your crosshair at the beginning, your character does crouch down a lot more than it used to, and as a result you just have to adjust your aim a little bit more. Telly bridging, however, is where the Minecraft bridges start to get a lot different, and you're going to notice some big changes from now on. You see, in order to perform a telly bridge, you need to jump twice for every single telly that you do, and because over the years of updates, Minecraft jumping mechanics have changed, telly bridging has become a lot different. According to the Minecraft wiki, several different updates have changed the way that Minecraft players jump, and by far the most important out of all of these changes is the fact that in newer updates, the Minecraft player can jump even higher than ever before. What this means is that there's a longer time for the player to fall back down between each jump, and over time this slight difference builds up into a marginal time difference in bridging methods. When you're telly bridging over a long distance, slowly this time can build up and add a couple ticks to your overall speed, and of course this is something that we want to avoid as much as possible in order to get faster personal bests and stuff like that. Another huge issue I found with Minecraft 1.18 is that your blocks tend to be a lot more glitchy, and as a result you tend to fall on your bridges a lot more even if you're doing nothing wrong. I found this mostly happens on Minecraft servers that are usually based in 1.8, and the reason I believe this happens is due to the server having 1.18 plugins as opposed to being based on 1.18, and therefore it's more of a server-side issue as opposed to the actual game. However, while trying to confirm whether or not this theory of mine was true, I tried testing it out in a single player, and I noticed that it is a little bit better and you can get some good telly bridges, though I did find there were still a lot of issues with blocks not appearing on my screen. And when this happened, I noticed about half of the time the blocks were actually there and I was still able to continue my bridge even though I couldn't see the blocks for a second, but the other half of the time these blocks would not actually place and I would fall. What this experiment in single player proved is that this is not only an issue with servers that are trying to compensate for not being on 1.18, but the version itself just genuinely cannot register blocks being placed that fast. Now, the reason for this I'm not exactly sure of, but it doesn't look like something that's going to go away anytime soon. As I mentioned before though, this isn't something that happens every single time you try to telly bridge, and more so it's just kind of a random chance. As you can see from some of the clips on the screen here, I am still able to telly bridge in Minecraft 1.18, but it definitely is a lot less consistent because of these issues, and on top of that, for whatever reason, it feels a little bit different. And now, despite all these difficulties, the one big thing that I did notice in favor of newer versions is that with telly bridging, I seem to be getting about the same times on servers as I would on 1.8. This obviously does vary and it really depends on how you tap your spacebar and stuff like that, but for the most part, I was actually having a lot of success. But little did I know that that was all about to take a turn. You see, telly bridging is pretty bad. No, I'm just kidding. But in fact, speed tellies are way more popular in the fast bridging community, and if they won't work well on 1.18, then it's very hard to justify why this is a good version for Minecraft bridging. While trying for a long time on 1.18, I actually did pull off a full speed telly on MC Play HD, and the time I got was 4.6 seconds, and for the strategy I used, that's pretty normal. It seemed like even on a multiplayer server with speed tellies I wasn't losing any time with my bridge, and I felt pretty confident in the fact that speed tellies weren't any slower on 1.18 than they were on 1.8. However, this was a short-lived concept as I wasn't really happy with my own proof and wanted to ask some other top bridgers to test out 1.18 for themselves and see what results they got. Let's just say their experience wasn't so good. On MC Play HD's normal mode, the average time for a full speed telly is about 8.3 seconds, but as you can see in this clip, using that exact same strategy, the time was 8.5. And if I were to guess, I'd say that the jumps in this speed telly actually added on these 0.2 seconds, and as a result make this bridging method not viable at all on 1.18, but trust me, it gets even worse. You see, in the bridging community, a 0.2 second difference is really bad already, but compared to this next one I'm about to show you, it's absolutely nothing. On MC Play HD's short mode, using full tapped speed telly, you're able to get 3.95 seconds at the very best, and as you can see while doing the exact same bridge on 1.18, the time is, well, not even remotely close. You'd think on a shorter mode the time gap would be even smaller than on normal, but it's actually over 7 times bigger, being around 1.5 seconds. The really weird part about this is that if you compare the two recordings side by side, you can see that the speed is really not any different, but due to many different issues between versions, the time registers completely differently. What we can conclude from this is that Minecraft bridging really hasn't changed a whole lot between versions. However, the server-side updates do affect it quite a bit, and on top of that, we can see that Minecraft's new update didn't really prioritize anything to do with placing blocks fast, as that's really not a regular mechanic. With that being said, if you guys did end up enjoying today's video, please do consider subscribing, because we're getting insanely close to 15k, and I just want to thank you guys so much for that. But with that being said, I really do hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Goodbye.